Woohoo! Okay, we're back here talking about ROUGE yet again. Hello guys, it's me, ItsGrai, and welcome back to another commentary video that I wasn't expecting to do. Now, I'm gonna try my best to edit most of my voice. This is really funny. I'm really hyper right now, thankfully, because I just made some brownies, delicious. This is gonna be talking about most likely the video that I came across a week ago, or like a month ago actually. The thing is that this was like the time around when I made my first ROUGE video, the one that I linked down, that I'm gonna link down. I made 2 videos about ROUGE just throughout this month, but my first video came out during February, which is around the time when I was like, hey, I think we need to talk more about ROUGE. And that was when I heard Streamline was making their video, and so I made mine first, since I did want to cover the recent apology, and I didn't want to have like a whole history lesson about it. So, but then I came across this video that was titled ROUGE Being Excused, the Truth, and I was like, okay, let's check this video out. Then when I watched it, it did make me feel wrong in a way, because, well, let's just get into it. I do not feel like having to explain this throughout the first part of the video, but I do want to say something before I continue. So, if you guys know, I usually make animation memes. I'm not that big. I'm not like the person to do commentary a lot. The reason why I made my ROUGE videos was to spread awareness, because most people who join the Insta community are usually like 13 and below from my perspective, and I want to make sure that kids were making sure not to look at this person's art. Even if it is in the past, one simple person can look up like a popular ship, most like mainly Air Ink and Paper Fresh, and her art will come up. Now, oh my god, I hate it when you lose track of what you're gonna say. Like, it bothers me so much. Goodness, what was I gonna say? This is so embarrassing. Okay, so what I was gonna say was that I'm not the type of person to do commentary, but when it came to ROUGE, oh my goodness, what was I gonna say? Okay, you know what, just forget it. I'll most likely mention it like the last part of the video or something like that, or I'll just cut. Okay, I just now remember what I was gonna say. I had to cut that part out, but I just now remember what I was gonna say. The reason why I mentioned Bendy and the Quest for the Ink Machine, that was like a recent question I've been getting a lot in the comment section, and here's the reason why I mentioned it. Some people may not know ROUGE from her Undertale art. Some people might know her for her My Little Pony art, or some people might know her from, of course, Bendy and the Quest for the Ink Machine, or from the stripper version of that AU. Yeah, she made that. I'm not going to get into the Bendy and the Quest for the Ink Machine, because she didn't make any problematic stuff about it from what I know of. And so, for right now, I don't think I need to cover Bendy and the Quest for the Ink Machine. Nothing bad came out of that. And so, I'm just going to move on and get to... Oh, yeah, sorry for the background noise. But when... let's just get on to the next segment about what I want to cover here in this part series of ROUGE and stuff. Okay, so as you can see from the title, it says proof that blog the great ROUGE actually excused. What I think that person's meant to say was like, ROUGE already apologized for everything that she did, and I'm gonna read over the screenshots, since these screenshots, they're pretty bad quality. Like, I can't barely read them. So I'm gonna try and read them for you, even though I might speak gibberish, or I just might use a text-to-speech feature on this part. So bear with me if I do use my actual voice.
Adult content because they're kids. That's the main problem I had with you back then, you not warning and tagging content. Maybe you didn't intend for it to be like that, but it still happened, and a lot of kids were introduced to content they didn't know how to handle, and mirrored it in their own creations without realizing what they were doing. That is why I made those posts.
Okay, so if you don't know who that was speaking, that was the person who made this video, I'm guessing. I don't know if this was someone else, but judging based off the person who made the video, I'm just gonna have to guess that it was this person. And they didn't put any proper description of who was speaking. All we know is that this person is speaking to ROUGE. If you look closely, well, I'm about to show, well, if you look at the top, you can see it's the Great ROUGE, and then someone else, I don't know who that user is. Don't have Tumblr. Well, I do have Tumblr, but then again, it's just I don't use it as much, only because I only used it to see if ROUGE's account was active there. But based off the screenshots and recent news that I got from most people, she doesn't use it anymore at all. So I don't know I don't know. But based off what I'm seeing is that this person reached out, and I'm gonna get into the person who made this video, because I did learn something from when I commented down. I did learn something, and so let's just get on to ROUGE's response to this.
Yes, you're very right. That's why I don't post it here anymore. I was new to Tumblr. I was ignorant. I didn't intend for any kids to see it, even tried to put an 18+ warning on my blogs back then, but that wasn't enough. I'm truly sorry.
Okay, so one of the main reasons why I want to make this video of the continuation was because I had one genuine question that the poster never answered. Why is this random person who barely has a platform, posting it on their page, but then ROUGE isn't coming out with their own apology saying, "I'm truly sorry"? That's what makes me confused. Also, another thing, based off what I heard, they said that someone said that ROUGE was going on hiatus. I've been hearing this from many people. I hope that either it's because ROUGE is want to address the things that have been going on, or ROUGE is trying to take time off so they can come up with a proper apology. Either way, I think ROUGE should take some time off Twitter and all that to actually come up with something to help them with their case. Whew. This generally made me confused, and I actually commented on the video. It's pretty easy to find, actually. You could just look up the blog Great ROUGE, and you should see me streamlines and then the person's post under it. The screenshots looks like is basically the thumbnail. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry for my voice, guys. I'm just stumbling upon my words, and it's just pretty annoying to hear, in my opinion. And I'm the one who has to edit it and whatnot, so this is pretty annoying to hear when I'm editing my videos, especially when it has my voice. So I'm dearly sorry for that. Now let's get on to the next part of the conversation that these two people had.
Don't believe in anything that I drew. I'm not what I draw. Again, sorry for everything. I promise before that I'll never use other people's OC in NSFW art anymore, and I'm keeping my promise.
If you don't know what ROUGE means by drawing people's OCs in NSFW situations, I'll explain. If you didn't know, Good Angel 7, or also known as 7, aka PJ's creator, does not like PJ drawn in sexual ways at all. That's the reason why ROUGE brought this up. PJ's creator doesn't even like PJ being drawn in NSFW situations. They don't mind ships out of Amani, aka PJ's original ship and canon ship, but they just don't want NSFW drawn. That's all that matters. And they don't want PJ being shipped in a pedophilic or an incest way, which of course ROUGE does the opposite and does with Jamie and Mr. Fresh. Sorry guys, my goodness, my stomach is not doing the best, and I am really drowsy from taking some pills that helps me with the pain. And so yeah, excuse me for my voice again, but that's all that I'm seeing in the situation. As also, I promise before that I'll never use I'm keeping my promise. The part when she says I'm keeping my promise, I'm guessing that's the reason why she doesn't post as much Undertale content, or left the fandom in total of that, as well as the fact that when it came to the grooming situation, that she was accused of drawing someone else's OC in an NSFW situation. That's the reason why I'm guessing that she brought this up. And so let's get into the next screenshot.
You're so cool, ROUGE. Thank you so much for apologizing and talking to me about this. It means a lot to me.
To be honest, I shouldn't have to explain why it's weird, because I just explained it. But if you're not getting this across your head, let me explain more. The person who posted this barely has a platform. I didn't even know them until I just looked up Blog the Great Rouge, because I wanted to see if other people were giving their opinion on this situation, and I just came across it. It only has like 100 views, and some views, I don't know, but the person who made this has 100 subscribers, so they're still pretty small for a YouTuber. My full heart opinion on this video was that it could have had more to it. To be honest, the screenshots in the first one are cropped, so I don't know what happened with that. That's how it looked in the video, and that was there's only 2 screenshots, which was these 2. Nothing else was in that video besides the 2, and so sorry about that. The screenshot was made cropped. There's nothing else to it when I tried to uncrop it or something like that. So I dearly apologize for that, which was kind of suspicious, but I don't know. I wish that if the person wanted to make a video on this, I wish that they could have at least gave us more context and more screenshots so we can understand, because I was pretty confused. And so now let's get to my comment and our little conversation between this. Yeah, so looking back at my comments and stuff, I did get some things incorrect, or I worded things incorrect, which I will be explaining here in my videos. So if you do see some stuff that I did comment that was incorrect, I am dearly sorry, and I'll clean them up. If I don't speak on certain stuff on my comments, you can definitely comment down and I'll explain it to you and other people in the comment section. So thank you very much. So I'm reading off from my computer on this. Thankfully, my screenshots are more clear and we can all read it. But I'm still going to read it just for reading purposes and trying to get more confident when it comes to speaking about certain situations. So let's start off with my comment. Okay, after reading the screenshots, why didn't Rouge post this publicly? It would have been better if she posted this instead of you. No offense, due to her having a bigger platform. If this is still dragging out on after 5 years, it's definitely not our fault. Instead, if Rouge's response was, oh my goodness. See, guys, because you guys can see why it's hard for me to talk into this. I'm not even standing in front of it. Like, I'm in my room alone, and you guys can still hear how much stuttering and how many bloopers there are. But let me continue. If this is still dragging on after 5 years, then it's definitely not our fault. Instead, it was Rouge's response that makes it drag on longer than it should. The main reasons why I even made my video was because I want people who were entering the AU community to dodge her old art and to bring light to the recent allegations against her. Recent allegations being the grooming situation, which the original poster deleted because Rouge and most likely people who didn't take that situation seriously bashed on the poster from. The reason why I'm saying didn't take it rationally is because most likely people who still like Rouge. Oh yeah, note this. I don't hate every Rouge. I don't hate Rouge's fans. I don't hate them at all. Like, they have a good reason why they like her. Her AUs, they were good. I'm gonna have to say her AUs were good. Despite all the really weird crap and bad things that happened in the AU, not AU, and I'm seeing a lot of people rewriting her stories, and to be honest, I think they should be rewritten. I don't condone the rewriting things, but if people do rewrite the AUs, then I would be glad enough to see some art of it. Like, go ahead. So, the main reason, as you can see, this is what I commented. The reason, and I still stand by it. I'm not going to say anything else, but let's move on to the replies.
All of you just act like she wanted children to see her art. She didn't. And it's not her responsibility for children who see her art. It's the parents' responsibility.
Yes, that was me. I wanted to change my voice a little bit, so I just made it higher so you guys can hear the difference between the commenter and my replies. I didn't feel I might do text to speech sometimes, but for the sake of it, since I'm going over this and I don't feel like going through text to speech again, I'm just going to use make my voice higher. So this voice will be my comments. This voice will be the posters. So thank you very much. Don't mind this. This is very cringy, and bear with me on this. Basically, let's note that the person who made this is most likely 12 to 13. I'll show you that reply in a second when I get to that point. But yeah, basically the person saying that it wasn't Rouge's fault for kids coming across her art. And all I'm gonna have to say is that, well, I'm not going to blame Rouge on this part, but I'm just going to have to say it. When you look at Rouge's art, you can see that it caters to a children audience. So when you put those two things together and you see her comics and whatnot, you could see that most people who are kids under the age of consent are going to see the art. So, yeah, let's get on to my reply and then us going back and forth for about an hour or so. Okay. Let's put in your view. If the parents made sure Rouge was watching over kids. Oh yeah, here's why I messed up with my wording. When I said Rouge, I meant the parents. I meant to say if parents made sure Rouge's art wasn't in their kids' views. Like, oh my god, I can't even understand myself. What I meant to say was that if Rouge's art wasn't targeted for kids and the parents watched over kids and didn't let them see Rouge's art, then it would have been a whole different situation. This is basically what the commenter is saying. The commenter is saying if the parents watch over their kids and their tablets, which of course most people growing up, most parents didn't do that because they trust their kids and made sure that adult content was far away from them, that Rouge's art would have been seen. But people forget that Rouge's art is mainly for some of Rouge's art what also came across adults' feeds, like ages of 18, 17, more mature audiences. So either way, people who are like what age you are, people are going to see the art and know that it was wrong. It doesn't matter if you're a 13-year-old or if you're a 20-year-old and you're seeing Rouge's art. It's not okay for what she drew back then. All right, so let's get on with me reading the rest of the comment. Well, my comment. If parents made sure Rouge was watching over kids and adults came and saw her art, people will still make a video about it because of how NSFW is because of how her NSFW was portrayed. The Najee Poth incident in Vampireverse. You act as if kids who saw this and thought it was wrong. Me stating that it's not only kids who watched her, listen or watch her content on DeviantArt and on Tumblr back then. But as a reminder, Rouge barely uses Tumblr and mainly is into Twitter and DeviantArt. So don't know what I can say on her Tumblr.
So you're saying that if a parent doesn't watch over their kid and the kid sees NSFW, it's Rouge's fault? A kid shouldn't even be on Tumblr.
Alright then, if a kid shouldn't be on Tumblr, one, why is Rouge posting all this safe for work stuff on Tumblr? If anything, she could have posted this on Instagram or even DeviantArt or any other kid's safe thing, and then she could have kept her NSFW on Tumblr. Tumblr, based off what I've heard from many people, is mainly people who work in the NSFW side usually keep it on Tumblr. Now, I don't know if that was Tumblr's original use, but at this point, it's infested with NSFW, so of course some kid's gonna come across it. No matter what age you are, you're going to stumble upon it unless your parents give you time in order for it to use the internet. If a parent, no matter what age you are, you're going to stumble upon it. And it's sad enough that kids do stumble upon it at such a young age to where they grow in addiction. It's pretty sad that people do go through that. So now let's get on to the rest of the replies, which I will just keep on voicing. And then I'll give my opinions afterwards and correct myself if needed in between the screenshots. It doesn't matter if it's on Tumblr. If If you want, you can just take time and just write her name into Google, and you can see the NSFW. And like I said, adults see her art as well, not just kids. Okay, so actually, I did want to see if my theory was correct and see if you do look up the Great Rouge's full name and such, you can see the NSFW. So as I'm talking right here, I bet you that you're seeing me type up the Great Rouge's name, and then you're most likely going to see me go to images, and then you're going to see me, and then you're going to be shocked. We're all going to act shocked when we see the NSFW. Like I said, it's easy enough to just look up her name, and then bam, you can see the NSFW pop up.
I know that, but if her art is in Google, but it's not from her blog, and then that's the fault of people reposting her art. She never wanted her account to be out of Tumblr, since she didn't want kids to see her stuff.
Yet we both saw it. Most of the community saw it. If she didn't want kids to see it, then it would have been better to try and post it on another account, some sort of, from now on. No, I'm not saying Rouge could have gone back and tell her younger self to private the NSFW. What I'm trying to say is that from now on, if she doesn't want kids to see her NSFW, she should try and post it on a private page.
Well, now she has a NSFW where she posted all her NSFWs so kids won't see it. Rouge didn't say the name for this reason. Also, the main reason why I started drawing, and I didn't even know she drew NSFW. I lost my innocence because of Hecky and Nia.
Okay, so I'm actually going to touch base on this because this was actually a topic I was going to talk about, but then because of Nia's adoptables and whatnot, so I'm going to discuss it here. Nia Chan is also known, Nia Chan is basically known as Nia Chan. She got popular off Instagram randomly when she drew this picture, if I'm right. I don't know, but it was mainly this picture, and for her Killer Cream Mare, I forgot the full ship now, no. But she basically got popular off that. Then she's mainly active on Twitter when it comes to her NSFW based off this, and she made adoptables and she's selling them. Note that she's selling them to people in the designs, and yeah, I'm not gonna go touch base on most of that, but that's basically all you need to know about Nia Chan. Hecky, she's known for NSFW and known for her prison tale. I think her channel's still up on here. I have no idea, but yeah, she made NSFW art, and it fetishizes rape as well, based off what I'm seeing, and yeah. She draws and basically does the same thing as Rouge back then when she fetishizes rape. I don't know if she does it till this day. I don't know. But yeah, that's all you need to know about those two. So let's get on. That's kind of a big flag if you lost your innocence to her art. Many of us, including me, have seen her NSFW and messed up the community's point of views when growing up, which is why we were addressing Rouge and her so-called apologies. Either way, if you were young when seeing her NSFW, wouldn't you be a little worried looking back at that?
I was literally xenophobic. I didn't even like the idea of sex. I used to scroll down a lot for not seeing those after I lost my innocence. By the way, I was literally 11, so not long ago. And I'm surely worried about it, but since my friend told me sex is normal, then I got the phobia away. I stumbled upon this and I just went to my normal voice. Okay, guys, I'm actually just now reading this as I'm reading these messages. I just now realized that the person posting this said they were 11, so not long ago. So they're most likely 12. So scratch that about me saying that they're most likely 13. They're most likely 12, turning 13 sooner or later. Most likely later this year or something like that. Oh my goodness. So I'm guessing you're 12 to 13 then. Yep. Just my friend's older 1 year than me.
Makes sense. That was all the screenshots I have from our conversation, but if you want to see more of my replies, you could just go to the video. I have a lot more, but those were the most important in my opinion, or the ones that I just got, and I never just screenshot the others. But the thing is that the second half of our conversations was on another comment when someone made a good point, and so yeah, that was mainly the point of me making this video, because I wanted to explain of how, well, one, the excuses wasn't partially excused. This person was excusing it, like, as if they're, like, the community boss. Like, yes, I excuse ROUGE as a part of the Undertale community. Like, no, this isn't the Crystal Gems when, like, Diamond can just go on her full-on arc, and then they just make it in one episode where they just, forgive Steven, forgive Pink Diamond, all that. Like, no, thank you. Thank you. Now, I'm just gonna get on to, the fact that the 12-year-old is speaking about this is making me a little nervous of how ROUGE's art affected people. And sorry for making this. I know this video wasn't like, I could have just, done something else or just made another animation video or something like that. But I seriously think that this needed to be out there because I know some people don't know this is out. And since the screenshots were just there, I just took them and just, put it in my video. They're fair use since I'm commentating, critiquing all this to the point where it can make sense. A 12-year-old excusing a 27-year-old about what they did. Now, remember, I don't know if this is the 12-year-old speaking to ROUGE or if this is someone else, but oh well, to the point, that's all I just want to say in this video. If you guys want to see content outside of this, well, actually, no, let me correct myself. If you guys want more commentary from me, I suggest listing down, suggestions. I did ask for suggestions in my community tab. But, I want to hear from you guys to see what you guys want from me. I'm definitely going to post more animation meme videos since I'm going to be on spring break in like 2 days or so. But the thing is that I won't be able to post as much since I'm going to be away from my home and I'm going to be, I'm going to be on a trip for a couple of days. So the first couple of days of spring break, I will be able to reply to comments and whatnot. But for now, I won't be able to make any animations or anything since, my drawing tablet and computer is at home and I can't move it. I might save up money to get my own laptop, but who knows? Though, if you do want to commission me, my Instagram's like right there. Everything's ItsGrai. But do note that I do not have Twitter. I do have a Tumblr, and I have a lot of other social media. So if you need to ask me what social medias I do have, they're always in the link in the description, or you can check out my link tree that I'll link down. Now, I hope everyone has a nice day, and sorry for the rushed video, but I just really want to get my opinion out there, and sorry if it sounds like I'm milking this whole situation. I'm just trying to get my opinion out there about ROUGE, and this seemed a little important because this is kind of sketchy about how the person cropped the screenshots. I think it would have been better if we had more to critique, more to comment on when it comes to this, because only 2 screenshots, I don't think it's going to help both of their cases, the 12-year-old and ROUGE. I think it's not going to help at all. And as I'm speaking, I don't know if ROUGE is actually on a hiatus, but if she is, then I hope she's getting her shit back together, and I hope that when she does come back, we can actually, see and, talk about her apology if she ever makes one. For right now, on her Twitter, she has pinned up the recent apology that she was speaking of. And so if you still want to see that, you can easily just go to her Twitter, which, don't worry, doesn't have NSFW, because like the commenter said, which I'm just going to take their word for, ROUGE posted her NSFW on another account that she keeps unnamed. So if you want to see the apology without having to see her nasty stuff, you can easily just go to her Twitter, which is public. You guys can give your opinions on this as I walk into the distance of never posting for about another month again. Hopefully that's not going to be the case and I actually get out a video before, everything goes bad or something like that. I don't know. But recently I haven't been feeling well and my voice has been a little shaky. And yeah, everything's just been a little weird for me and a little ticked off. I'm just trying to spend time with, my boyfriend and whatnot. I'm just trying to spend more time with him and trying to talk more about my upcoming series that's coming up. So hopefully I'll get to those things sooner or later and I can make commentary alongside that, which most likely will end up with me making a separate channel. Well, I don't want to separate my channel, but I do want to make as much commentary before I release my series. So like I said, comment down if you want me to speak about more topics, such as the near-chan adoptables, because I did want to touch on that a bit, but I did not want to, go on with that. But then again, I have been hearing a lot of things about, character designs, as well as the adoptables, and the reason why I'm talking about the adoptables is because, wouldn't you guys be upset if you're Undertale AU? Which is basically like, see to the creators, get sold off, and, you just add some horny gear to it, and then, you just give it to someone else, and then you say, oh yeah, by the way, I sold that design. Pretty weird, and you guys can give your opinion on that. So, like I said, which I should have done a couple minutes ago, goodbye, and I hope to see you guys again later soon on.